All right. Merry Christmas, everyone. This year we're going to talk about the pilot episode of one of my favorites from the 90s, Life with Louie. Louie Anderson telling the stories about his childhood and then narrating in great voices, deeper for himself as a kid, and then whiny and annoying, more up that for his father, which is great. Great characters, everything. We did a whole thing about it after the passing of him a couple years back. Go check that out if you like. But it's a great show, a lot of heart, a lot of just good messaging, and it seems very fitting that the first episode, the pilot, would be a Christmas special, much like The Simpsons' first episode was a Christmas episode. Very fitting for both, and that's why both of them are going to be our talks for this year in these videos. So sit back, and we'll talk about Life with Louie's very first episode. First aired December 18th, 1994, a Christmas surprise for Mrs. Stillman is taking center stage this year for our Forgotten Christmas Classics.
Wrapping gifts always reminds me of my dad. He wasn't a big gift giver. I can hear him now.
Gifts? When I was a kid, we didn't give gifts. We were too poor. We gave each other headaches.
Dad, I still got mine from last year.
I heard that.
But the truth is, I do have some fond memories of Christmas.
Life with Louie special begins with Louie Anderson, live action himself, talking about his time as a kid and Christmas and how special it was before we transition into animation and see what it was like with him as a young boy in Minnesota. And throughout the whole series, it's just really good. And this one opens up with them having Christmas. And in this first episode, we get to meet Louie, his father, his mother, his siblings. Most of you never really see, but they're there. Very interesting how they always do that stuff. And his friends during Christmas time. And the gist of it is Louie's mother, Aura, asks Andy, Louie's dad, to decorate Mrs. Stillman's house with Christmas lights because they feel sorry and sad about how lonely she is now with this and thought it'd be a nice surprise for her for the holiday. Andy doesn't want to do this, but he does so because his wife is just this caring, very loving lady, and he does it because he loves her so much too. But of course, he has to get Louie to help him out with this. And they decorate the house. You just get some nice, basically what the story is and what the series is. It's just a good thing between Louie and his father, which is a lot of stuff in the episodes. Louie's father in this show is a very interesting and just steals the scene for the episodes. Great character. And in this one, you can just see how, for the first time again, how he reacts, like Louie even saying that he isn't very affectionate, doesn't show it, but he shows you that he loves you and he cares in his own special way. And I like that. And you can see that throughout the episode with his youngest brother, Tommy, they share a lot with. And it's just a very nice episode. The animation's nice. It gets that Christmassy feeling, that small-townness, that sense of family. And especially if you grew up in these kind of areas, like my dad's family's from around those areas and stuff like that. So you get that kind of feeling of everything and the sense of it. It's very nice, and it gets you. Also throughout, though, Andy gets into trouble, and it's kind of like his stubbornness kind of doesn't help him throughout, which you see, this is a good start to seeing how these characters are, even Louie's friends and everyone. It's just very nice, and it just shows you just that nice message and that heartwarmingness that the series itself has throughout. And again, it's that message that works perfectly for Christmas, which is just a nice way to go about for this episode for a pilot, which I think, again, is very fitting for this series, which is basically like Christmas, heart, family, having heart and everything is a good message and what is basically the meaning of Christmas. And there's nothing more important in life than family. And I'm pretty blessed to have an amazingly large family and then close friends throughout pretty much my entire life, a good handful that are considered that and everything. So it's very nice, and I truly feel sorry for people who don't have that, and hopefully, and hope someday that they will get that and get some kind of happiness and family in their lives. But it is the most important thing, and this show, this special, highlights that very well. Fox Kids, as much as I enjoyed Nickelodeon, Nicktoons, Disney, Cartoon Network, there were stuff like One Saturday Morning, ABC Family, Kids WB, and Fox Kids had a lot of good shows. And this is one of them. Life with Louie just really sticks out. I have memories of it, and especially now just going back and watching them and enjoying them. Just something about it. It's a very well thought out show. A good show that has a lot of heart and had passion put into it, as you can tell. So many good moments throughout, with Andy learning that the Christmas tree is $35, trying to haggle it down for $3, and then he just seeing that he complains, and then the tree doesn't work when they set it up. Oh no, Dad! And then they're like, it's doing it again. Like, oh, he's like, yeah, that thing should dance for $35. I love it. So while their mom, Aura, takes Mrs. Stillman out shopping to help her with things, that's when they decide to do this. Of course, police come by, think he's a burglar. He tries to say, I live across the street, and you see how bad the house is with the lights, and they're like, you should have used another house there, buddy. But then Louie comes to the rescue to back up the story.
You can put your hands down now, son.
Son, I said you can put your hands down.
They are down, sir.
And again, typical, put the plug in the lights, stuff happens, craziness. Gets his friends to also help with this, and it's just a nice thing. You see this nice layout, looks really neat. There's even a train going around. It's beautiful. It's nice that they all come together just to help this woman out. The reason why they do this because they think these things. They think Mrs. Stillman is lonely and she can't put up the decorations and everything, and why she does do it. It turns out the reason why is because she's Jewish. So I like that. That's why she didn't have Christmas decorations. But she loved the sentiment, was very thankful, had everyone in. Nice time singing carols, Hakoko and everything. It's just very nice. And it's just, you watch this stuff and it's something missing. You don't get this. It's been so long since you've seen Christmas specials, especially in the late, especially in let's say the 2010s and up. You don't really get anything, and they really lose that knack of hard messaging, the religious aspect, family, friends, the good messages. There's a lot of that stuff that doesn't work anymore, and as an adult, you notice that a lot more, and just how nice it was as a kid, I guess. But it's nice that you can go back on these, introduce people to these, which I highly recommend watching Life with Louie.
What do we got here, poor little guy?
I was real proud of my dad that night.
This is a good start, and it's just a very good series of 3 seasons. Wonderful show. A Christmas surprise for Mrs. Stillman. Absolutely wonderful. One of the best Christmas cartoons from the 90s. One of the best cartoons from the 90s, in my opinion. And also, this show just does so well. They do a Mother's Day one, a Father's Day one. They do a Thanksgiving one that just has so many good things there. And there's another Christmas one that also just really touchy and has a good message behind it. This show is absolutely amazing. Louie's dad is absolutely lovable. And just everything about it is just great. Definitely give it a shot. Give the special a shot. Hopefully it can be a part of a Christmas tradition for years to come for you. And if it already is, let us know if you're a fan of Life with Louie, or what other shows you liked from the 90s, and especially on the Fox Kids Network block. We'd be very happy to hear from that. But definitely go check it out. The episodes, all the episodes are available online in pretty decent quality. I wish they'd put it on DVD or something, but it is what it is. Go check them out. Thanks again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for our next one, which is also fitting. Our next one for the Forgotten Christmas special we're doing is another series that its first episode's pilot was a Christmas special, which aired the 17th of December of 1989. So one on the 17th, one on the 18th, of course, 5 years apart. But, it's still nice, but very fitting and a nice theme for this year. Again, Merry Christmas. God bless you all. Stay gnarly, my friends.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Life with Louie. From my family to yours, I hope you have a great holiday season.